let's go for a walk. Okay. الكلمة الحلوة طالعة والكلمة العاطلة طالعة. طلع الكلمة الحلوة. The kind word is coming out. The harsh word is coming out. Let the kind one out. An old Arabic saying my grandmother used to say all the time. And it's been just playing on repeat. Not because it's special, but because I've been working to wash the ick for the past couple of days. And I just couldn't figure out why. You know, when someone just says something and logically, just let it go. But it lingers. And I went in my mind, try to figure it out, look for it. But I know better. So I stopped and got out of my head and went into my heart. And I prayed. Ya Allah, Ya Habibi. Please illuminate my heart and shine your light where I can't see. Where is it? Show me. Ameen. And boom. We were there. As I was working out, I have hundreds and hundreds of songs in my playlist, and honestly, I didn't even remember I had this song. So when it played, it startled me. My grandma used to call me from Jordan, and she would have this song on blast. She would have me on the landline. The song would be playing, the song would finish, she would hang up. Not a word. I used to think it's such an odd behavior. Like, I didn't understand it. She did it with me, she did it with her sister. But now that I look back, I get it. I get her. That was her way of saying I love you. I'm thinking about you. Just presence and music. And she sometimes still visits me like this. On her way to heaven, she stopped by just to let me know. Because I didn't know. Just softened the blow. I carry a lot of compassion for her. I really do. We didn't see eye to eye almost on anything. But today I can really look back with soft eyes and open heart. She loved with her whole heart. But she loved through the nervous system she inherited. Like many of us. Here's a fun fact. One of the reasons I was named Zeina is because during the 80s, it was a trend. There were so many Arabic songs with the name Zeina. Beauty, adornment, grace. My father used to say, "Inti zayyanti hayatna." You have adorned our lives. My tata, grandma, she adored music, Farid, and the song Zeina. She loved to sing and to say quotes and poetry. And she would say this quote a lot. "Ilsan ma fi adam, bas bikassar al-adam." A tongue has no bones, yet it can break bones. So I've been just thinking about what it means and whatnot. And people don't realize the amount of power they hold inside that tiny little muscle in their mouths. Because words don't simply just enter someone's ear. They penetrate their nervous system. And here's where I think we misunderstood sensitivity. When people say, "You're too sensitive, you're too emotional," I've heard these words far too many times. And I sometimes used to think something was wrong with me. But now when I hear someone say those words, I don't immediately think that they're mean or they're bad. I get curious about them because I learned that what they have gone through is that someone's emotional experience has become uncomfortable for their nervous system. So it's not necessarily that they're bad people. They're having a bad experience about someone's emotion, and they think that someone's emotion is a problem to be solved instead of an experience to be witnessed. Because our nervous system doesn't react to words. It reacts to meaning, feeling. And those are two different things. So when someone says, "You're too much, stop being emotional, don't be sensitive," Your mind hears a sentence, but it lands differently in your nervous system. And the nervous system interprets it as, I am too much. I need to shrink. My feelings make people uncomfortable. I don't belong. I have to disconnect from myself. And that's why two people could have the same experience and have completely different outcomes. Or hear the same comment and have two different experiences. However you look at it, it means the same thing. One would completely brush it off, and the other one will have a tight throat, and their stomach would sink, and their chest would collapse, and their thoughts would race. And that's not weakness. That's memory. The nervous system isn't asking us, is this a true statement? It's asking us, have you survived this before? And if the answer is yes, it's going to pull a file from its archive without your permission and say, well, here it is. This is why we help people regulate their nervous system. And we rarely heal today's comments. We help the body realize this is not mom or dad or mean sister or brother or the teacher who embarrassed me or aunt who called me dramatic or the dinner table where I learned it wasn't safe to share my emotions. I'm here. I'm an adult now. I don't have to abandon myself to belong. I am safe. And those two differentiations, they change everything. And that's why I don't think sensitive people feel too much. I think we often perceive what disconnected nervous system stopped to notice years ago. The tone, the presence, the facial expressions, the energy shifting in the room, the sigh someone didn't hear, the pause between sentences. Sensitivity isn't always fragility. Sometimes it's an extraordinary perception. And yeah, that perception can become exhausting, maybe taxing even, especially when you're spending years scanning the environment for danger instead of safety. That's when healing isn't becoming less sensitive. Healing is teaching the body the difference between perception and protection. And that's when the sensitivity becomes wisdom instead of hypervigilance. It becomes a gift. And now that is the difference with a nervous system that feels safe. That same sensitivity is now your superpower. It becomes your intuition, your discernment, your compassion, your presence, your ability to notice what others miss. I do think that there's a reason those sayings have made it for hundreds of years, especially those two. قل خيرا أو أصمت. الكلمة الطيبة صدقة. Speak good or remain silent. A kind word is charity. Because eventually, words don't simply leave our mouth. They land somewhere inside someone's body, someone's story, someone's nervous system. So if the words are coming out anyway, طالعة طالعة طلعها حلوة.